Hey guys, what's going on? My name is E-Man, and today I'm bringing you my first Nova Launcher setup video. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into this, and I'll start you off with the things you need to complete this setup. So the first thing you're going to need to complete this setup is Nova Launcher and Nova Launcher Prime. So Nova Launcher itself is free, but Nova Launcher Prime is about $5. So go ahead and pay for Nova Launcher Prime. If you cannot pay for Nova Launcher Prime because you don't have the money, there is an alternative method, but I've never used it, and I'm not going to tell you what it is either, because I don't want to get my video taken down from YouTube, which has happened before. Now I'm going to tell you what widget packs you need for this setup. So the first one is Huck for Zooper. So go ahead and download this awesome widget pack. The next widget pack is Europa for Zooper. So go ahead and download this widget pack because these are both necessities for this setup. And I'm not sure if all this stuff is paid or not because it's been a while since I purchased all of these, but there is one thing that you will actually need to download from a link in the description, but don't worry, it is a very reputable link and it is free to begin with. But before any of those widget packs you just downloaded will work, you need to get Zooper Widget Pro. This one is paid, so do keep that in mind. I don't know if there is a free version. There is a Zooper Widget free version, but it is nowhere near what you will get from the Zooper Widget Pro. So keep that in mind. Now I'm going to kick this off with some of the icon packs you'll need. You will need two, and the first one is Naxos Taz icon pack. I have it written down as Taz. You will need to download this one as it is the main icon pack. So next icon pack that you'll need is Simpax. Now Simpax, I know for absolute sure that it is paid, but you will need to download Simpax because there are two things that you will need this for, or maybe one thing, but that one thing applies for two things. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you get this icon pack. And the next thing you'll need to download is from a link that I put in the description. So once you've gone to the link in the description, it'll take you to this page, actually the previous page. So it'll take you right here to this page, Nova Google Companion 1.1. So this is made by Nova Launcher, the developers themselves. So scroll down here to the bottom and click Download APK. If it says there is a newer version available, make sure you go scroll down and get the newer version. But it says your download is starting, okay? So that says download is starting. Now it says type of file can harm your device. Now just ignore that because this is a very reputable application first off, and second, it's by apkmirror.com, which is the most reputable website for downloading APKs. So go ahead and click OK, and then just let this download. It's a very quick download. So once it is downloaded, just tap on it, and then it will take you to your package installer. So if you get this pop-up here, click Settings, go to Unknown Sources, and if you don't have a Samsung device, it will not allow you to tick for this installation only. But for me, it does. So essentially, for you, all you'll be able to do is turn on Unknown Sources, and that'll be that. And you have to go back in and turn it off if you don't want it on. But for Samsung devices, you can have the device turn it on for this installation only. So once it has been installed, it will shut off Unknown Sources. So go ahead and click OK, and then go ahead and tap on Install, and you will be good to go. So now let's get you guys informed on how to set up your launcher like this. So once you've gotten everything installed, and I mean everything installed, make sure you go back in the video and watch and make sure you have everything installed. There's actually a list of the things you need down in the description. So there you go. So let's go ahead and jump into the settings of Nova Launcher. Alright, so now we're here in the settings. So what are we going to do first? Well, we're going to go to the desktop. So once you click the desktop, and I know this can be very overwhelming right here, alright? It can be really overwhelming, especially when you get inside a lot of these settings here, like the look and feel and all that kind of stuff. But go to desktop first, and make your desktop grid 7 by 5, okay? Once you've done that, go to the icon size and label, and set it to 90% with the icon labels shut off, alright? Now once you've done that, you need to go ahead and go down to the scroll effect, and if you plan on using multiple pages, use the flip vertical effect, as you can see here. Alright, so once you've done that, you can enable wallpaper scrolling if you want to as well. I personally have it on, but that's just me. You can have infinite scroll turned on, but you will not be able to get Google Now on the side swipe, which is what that Nova Google Companion was for, if you have Nova Launcher Infinite Scroll turned on. make your page indicator the line right here, as it is normally one of those 3 dots. Alright? You can make the indicator color whatever color that you want. Alright? So that'll be all for this section. So once you've done that, go to the app widgets and drawers. And this is something I haven't really messed with all that much, to be honest, but it works for the setup. So go to the app grid and make it 6 by 5. Alright? So once you've done that, icon size and label layout, leave it the exact same as it is on stock. So 100% with the labels turned on. Okay? So once you've done that, frequently used apps is turned on. The app drawer style is vertical. Okay? The card background is turned off. Swipe to open is enabled. Swipe indicator is also enabled, and I'll show you what that is in a second. The background color and transparency needs to be pitch black with 0 transparency. Alright? And that looks best if you're on an AMOLED display. Okay? So next, you're going to need to enable the fast scroll bar if that isn't already enabled. It helps you sort things alphabetically if you grab the little scroll bar on the side of your screen. Make the scroll accent color the grayish color, and you'll also need that because the search bar above the apps, the persistent search bar in the app drawer, will also be that same color. So do keep that in mind, because I don't think you want Nova Launcher's stock orange color as of that when you have a black background. Alright? And that is all for this app widgets and drawers section. And the swipe to drawer indicator is just that little indicator that you see right below the search bar on the bottom. This thing right here. That's all that is, okay? So once you've gotten that set up, go to the dock and just turn it off completely. Just turn the dock off altogether. Alright? Once you've done that, go to folders. Make sure the preview is grid. And make sure that the folder background look is pixel launcher. Not that any of this is going to matter here in a second, but just keep that in mind. Okay, so now make sure the circle or the transition animation is set to circle. Make sure that the background and transparency of the folders is set to pitch black with no transparency. Icon size and label layout will be the same as it was in stock, okay? So just leave that how it is. Alright? So, once you've done those things, you don't have to mess with night mode or anything like that, but you will need to turn on some look and feel, alright? So go ahead and enable Taz as your stock icon pack. So just select Taz and leave the rest of this alone unless you want to mess with your animation speeds. I have mine set to relaxed so I can enjoy that page scroll animation. And I have my animation speed set to Nova so I can still open my folders in my app drawer quickly. You can also hide the notification bar. That's this status bar you see up at the top of my screen. You can disable that altogether, which I did do. Okay? And also make sure the app search background color is set to black, and I'll show you what that is here in a second. Next, scroll down. You can, if you have this section enabled, which I actually do have it enabled. It's the labs menu right here. Labs menu, you can mess with that on your own. I'm not going to, as I didn't mess with that already, but go into the integrations and Google Now section, because you can turn on the Google Now page from the side, and I'll show you that here in a sec. And it shows you do have Nova Google Companion installed. Alright, so just leave the integrations as it is, okay? Next, notification badges. You can choose a style of notification badge to begin with. Numeric badges, dots, dynamic badges, or none. I have dots as opposed to numeric badges. So dots, I have mine set to medium, and I have them set to the top right corner as opposed to any of these other corners. Alright, so once you've done that, go back, and then you can go ahead and back up the setup right now if you want to, because you are done with the setup. Okay, and then you should have something like this. Okay, now if it's not already like this, if you didn't already get the subgrid positioning and anything the same way that mine is, you need about this, I don't know where I put these in the grid exactly, but you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 icons on your home screen. No more, no less. Alright? And the widget, don't leave it up here at the top. Make sure you bring it down one, okay? And you can play around with the sizing of the widget and all that stuff, but I don't really recommend you do that, as there's not really a reason to do it. Just leave it about like this, and right here, okay? So leave it about like that. And make sure your icons do look like this with the icon pack, okay? So once they look like that with the icon pack, you're good to go. So go inside your app drawer. If you don't have if you still have a little, app drawer icon that you click to open up the app drawer, make sure you just go ahead and hold down on that and remove it from the springboard. So once you've done that, you can bring out 9 of your most favorite used icons. It doesn't have to be the ones I have here. I personally use Chrome, Spotify, and texting the most, so they're on the top. This is the most minimalistic that you can get because everything is just right where you know it is, okay? Now you're probably wondering what these little dots here on the bottom left and right hand corner of my screen are. Those are actually folders, and this is why you need the Simpax icon pack here, okay? So once you make a folder, I have my stock icons in a folder like the ones that came with the phone. Those are in this folder, and that's always how I have my phone set up. I have a stock folder and a frequent folder, okay? So just have those like that. Whatever you put in folders, just have them be like that, but you can only have 2 if you want this setup to work and look like this, all right? So once you've done that, you're going to need to theme the folder icon. So hold down on the folder. It won't look like this normally. It'll look like a regular old Pixel Launcher folder, but hold down on that folder, click Edit, and then tap right here where it shows the icon of the folder. Tap it, and then you can scroll down to Simpax. So once you've clicked on Simpax and it loads up the icons, scroll down until you see these right here. Okay, so it's not very far down at all. It's just barely down here. So find these and then select the color you want, whether it's white, whether it's grayish black, or whether it's like a peach red. All right. So select one of those for your folder theme because that is what I've used. I selected them to be in this order rather than in this order because I feel like the white could get hidden a little too easily with the color of my wallpaper. And I'll go over wallpaper here in a second because that is incredibly important. But do keep those things in mind with your folders. Make sure that they match in a good spot with your wallpaper, okay? And they go just like this next to the search bar, okay? And I'll go over what widgets these are here in a second. Okay, now for this widget right here, you're going to need to go into your widgets pane. You're going to need to scroll all the way down to the bottom and find your Zooper widget section. So find the 2x2 Zooper widget, okay? Now in order to grab these widgets, you have to hold on them. So tap and hold, and then drag it over to the page you want to put the widget on. Okay, so I've plopped the widget right where I want it on the last page of my setup, which was empty, and I just made a new one for this video. So once you've gotten the widget on the page you want, it is going to be, like I said, 2x2. So go ahead and tap to open the widget menu, okay? Go to Huck for Zooper. And once you've gone into Huck for Zooper, it can take a second to load. It just depends on the processor of your device and the RAM and all that stuff. But scroll down until you find this one right here, Zooper PPIC 107. So tap on it, and then you will need to resize this, obviously. So scroll down to the bottom here where you see scaling. Go 1, click see where I'm clicking right now, this one right here, see that? Click on that one, okay? So we're going to go right where it started. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and you can obviously tap the top one too if you want to scale that just in the minor ways. But make sure you scale it right to where you like it. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine, all right? Now we see that matches this one right over here, okay? So that matches, all right? So leave it right about here, okay? So once you've done that, you'll obviously have your icons as they are on this page, okay? So for the next widget, I'll show you that here. So again, once you are in the widgets pane, you're going to need to scroll over on the Zooper widget side of things and find the Zooper widget 3x1. And this is for the Google search bar at the bottom. Okay, so once you grab the 3x1 Zooper widget, plop it at the bottom of your screen like you see here, okay? Don't mess with the sizing or anything like that. Just leave it how it is. Now, I've already staged the setup as you saw on the first page. I've already staged everything the way that it should look, all right? So once you've gotten all of this, you do need to play around with like the sizing and all that kind of stuff to see if everything is really where you want it to be. But once you've played around with the sizing and all that, you should be good to go once you figure out where you want everything. Alright, so imagine everything is the way that I told you to put it. Okay, so click into the 3x1 Zooper widget. And then scroll down. You'll get this first. Scroll down until you see Europa, or just click Europa if it's already there. So once you've clicked Europa, you're going to click this widget right here. So scroll all the way down there to Europa 005. So select it and resize it by 1. If you don't want to, if you don't want to resize by 1, you use the micro resize button at the top. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it stock. I'm actually going to go ahead and reselect to make sure I do actually leave it stock. So boom, just like that. And then I'm going to resize by 1 on the major resizing. All right, so once you've done that, everything looks just like it does on this page, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and make these folders look like the ones from the Simpax page. And again, just to reiterate how to do the folder icon change, hold down on the folder, click Edit, tap the icon of the folder, scroll down to the icon pack, which is Simpax. And whoops, once you found Simpax, just go down to here and then select one of these little dots. There you go. So now this looks like a complete setup, right? Wrong. There's 2 more things that have to be done. Number 1, when you click on the search bar, it just opens up the Zooper widget, which isn't a functional search bar. So I want you to click into the Zooper widget, the search bar at the bottom, and then click on widget, tap on action. And then you can either select an action for the Zooper widget or the app list. So go to the app list, or you could do shortcuts, it's up to you. But the app list is my favorite. And then I want you to find Google. So click Google. So now whenever you click on the search bar, it will open up the Google app, which is something that is really, really nice because you don't have to, go all the way over to here and then just swipe out like this. I know it's not that hard to do, but this is the Google Now add-on, as you saw earlier. It just kind of swipes out like that. And that will lag depending on your device processor speed. And I am also recording, so if anything looks laggy, that's why. But there's one last thing which you will need, and that is the wallpaper. So let me go grab where this wallpaper is from. Okay, so to get this wallpaper itself, like this particular wallpaper, you'll need to go and download Crichton. It is an icon pack, so it is paid as well. You'll need to download it, okay? So it is 50% off, so I recommend you get it now. It's basically the Google Pixel style of icons, just at a different color palette. So if you, we're not downloading this icon pack for the wallpaper itself, as the wallpaper is not necessarily included in the setup itself. So you can find your own wallpaper if you want to. So if you already have your own wallpaper that works with the setup you have going that I've showed you, you can go ahead and skip this part because this isn't necessary. But there is one more part after this which I think you may be interested in about modifying your current wallpaper. So the next thing you'll need is rain paper. So get rain paper, and this is the cool part if you already have wallpaper you want to use. So get rain paper. It is again paid. So once you've gotten rain paper, just open it up, or this right here. So you can go ahead as it shows and actually modify an image to have rain on it or storm or whatever else you want to do. And I'll show you that here in a second. Let me just open up rain paper. Alright, so I've opened up rain paper and you guys can see that mine is already dripping with water. So that's because I've selected it under the customization section. You can change the fogginess of the wallpaper or you can make it more clear. It's up to you. You can change the wind speed if you want to. So if you want it just running straight down, you can. Or if you want it going all the way across your screen as far as rain goes, you can. Rain intensity, you can obviously change that as well if you're into that. There's storminess, which you can change. And there is also the rain color and the snow intensity if you want snow and all that kind of stuff. So you can just go ahead and modify a current wallpaper in rain paper, or if you want to use the wallpaper I have in this video, all you have to do is go into Crichton, go into the 3 lines hamburger menu, click wallpapers, scroll down until you see Wallpaper 24, and then get Wallpaper 24 just by clicking the plus button and saving it or applying it. And that's as simple as it gets. It's kind of like the iPhone 10 wallpaper now that I'm looking at it, but it's not quite the same. So this has been a long enough video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this setup video. If you enjoyed this setup video and you want to see more videos just like this, go ahead and smash the like button and let me know down in the comments. Again, there will be a complete list of all the applications that are necessities to get this setup to look just like this down in the description box below. Make sure you share this video with your friends and your family if you know somebody that would be interested in a setup like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one.